Hello, Melissa. How you doing? All right. Thanks so much for getting your sketches up. It's a great idea. I'm following this. I'm following the narrative, but I'm a little bit confused as to the steps. Now, I think Bryce did a good job here. This is a really good response, and I think it warrants consideration simply because he's looking at that as an unbiased viewer, right? So I think that he's got some really good points here. Now, I've got a couple of comments. So again, I'm a little bit confused as to the order that it goes. So I think that these first six need to really figure out what order they're gonna go. And I totally get that you didn't want to draw these over again as you may have misordered them. So work that out. Take Bryce's considerations into account. You know that we put the hat on before the gloves or whatever, however you think that would work the best. All right. So the point is, it's a winter day. She's gearing up to go outside. Right. She doesn't have a scarf, so she's thinking about what can I do. What do I do here? All right. Now from there, I would go like this. Okay. So she's thinking about, okay, I don't have a scarf. All right. Then maybe she could have a confused look on her face, right? And then thinking about the scarf. I don't have a scarf. Then the light bulb goes out. Instead of going from no, I don't know what this one is here. This one's kind of tough. I'm not sure if what that is right there, what this frame here depicts. So that was a little confusing to me. But at any rate, so she goes from this point of, okay, I don't have a scarf. What am I going to do? Then the light bulb goes off instead of thinking of the drawer, then the light bulb going off, right? So she goes, okay, I don't have a scarf. Then the light bulb goes off, and then you see the drawer with the socks in it. Now, one thing about the socks in the drawer is I think in your illustration, it's going to have to really be defined that this is a polka dotted sock and this is a striped sock. And that is going to really define the epilogue or the final moments of the narrative in that we see her stitching together. Because at first, I didn't see the polka dots on this sock. So I'm like, wait, what is she sewing the sock to, right? So, and then all of a sudden she's got stripes here and polka dots. I'm like, where did that come from? Then I took a closer look and I noticed the polka dots there in the sock coming out the drawer. Great illustration, by the way. Great drawing. Really good sketches. Thank you. Anyway, so yeah, so we've got, so she's thinking about her sock drawer. There's a striped sock and a polka dotted sock. So then she shows the scissors and the thread, stitching them together, and then happy with the scarf, right? But my question here is, why doesn't she have her hat on in this final frame? Or is it just that you can't see it? You see what I'm saying? So that's just a couple of minor details to work out, but I think you've got it, definitely. I think you're really developing a good story here. So I think that from here, I think that we want to decide a couple of things, okay? So I'm not sure, let me see if I don't think you addressed this in your writing. You didn't, but a few bubbles, I do arrows to correct. Okay, so what we want to do here is I think these circles are better than framing them in with squares, like storyboard style, because that's just too unorganic. It just doesn't allow a good breathable relationship of each of the illustrations to the other illustrations. So I'm okay with the circles. I think that's great. But we got to figure out a way. We got to figure out a way to follow the path. Okay, so. And you've drawn these in the background. I'm not sure what they are, but we're following the path, right? That's awesome. But shouldn't it go, yeah, but the path should go like this. This should be next, right? So she cuts the scissors, then she gets, so watch the path and watch your narrative in the way that it's depicted. Each step has to make sense. It has to make sense on its own. It has to make sense when it's compared to the frame after it, and it has to make sense when compared to the frame before it. Also, it should have a relationship to all the other frames in the narrative. All right. So right here, I think that if I'm seeing this correctly, are these stitches that would be created by the sewing? If so, that's a really good way to connect these. I think it's a great way to connect them. Another more obvious way would be snowflakes. That would work very well too. I think the stitches for the thread. So we would have to make sure that these are the same color as the thread and really make that a point very obvious. Or, of course, the snowflakes. So Great job. Really great job. I hope my comments make sense. If not, please allow me to clarify. I'll be glad to do that. So just let me know. All right. Great job. Thank you.